Hello, beautiful, wonderful, majestic souls. My name is Dan. This is my channel, That Good Good Tarot, where we do timeless readings for anyone with any placements. If you've made your way to this reading, I do believe there is a message in here for you. However, if you don't resonate with this reading, that's cool, that's chill. Go check out my channel. There are so many other readings there. I'm sure you'll find something that fits you, so let's get into it. We have a super short but super potent download to get us kicked off with this reading. This one came through the other day, and I was just so inspired by it, and it starts with, you are stronger than your triggers. You are stronger than where you have been. Oh my gosh, I'm getting emotional. You were made from the fire. Let's pull some cards on this energy. That's absolutely beautiful. Universe, please, what do we need to know about this situation? What information accompanies this message on this day? We have the Seven of Cups. We have strength. I have so much energy coming through with this one. Okay, we have the Emperor, we have the Six of Pentacles, we have the Star, and we have the Sun. I'm so excited about these cards that are coming through. Let's start with the Seven of Cups. I do feel that for a lot of you, you're going through this period of trying to remember and reunify parts of yourself that you've lost along the way, and ideas that you've had that you were almost like too scared to implement, too scared to push forward, too scared to begin to realize and manifest. But I think you're at that point now where it's like, I can't keep living in fear of this anymore. Like I want to become this person. I want to do these things. I want to accomplish this success. I want to do it. I want to be it. I'm ready now to see these parts of myself come to the surface, to realize these parts of myself. That's the energy that I'm picking up with this reading here. And what I see here is a lot of you might be fully taking authority and responsibility over your life. You're really digging down into the separate places that you need to kind of be like picking up the slack, getting things in order. This could be as small as just like making sure that your space is really clean and clear. Maybe you're rejuvenating the space to make you have a renewed energy, or maybe a little bit more of an efficient layout of how you're going to be operating within that space. Maybe that's a creative space. Maybe it's just your bedroom. Maybe it's your kitchen. Wherever you spend a lot of time, you will start to be clearing the spaces to welcome in the energy for productivity, to welcome in the energy of restoration, for replenishment. For resolution, a lot of people, you may have been through some kind of trauma, or maybe have been processing a lot of trauma. And what you're needing to do now is let yourself be in a kind of new space, in a space that feels really fresh. Like a space that feels like a new beginning. But I also feel like for a lot of you, you might be moving into a new kind of like workspace. You might be starting or really pushing a current business or a project like off into the stratosphere. So I see a lot of planning happening for that. I see a lot of like timelines. I see calendars. I see accountability. I see lots of little like record keeping things, and like big goals breaking down into small goals and achievable goals and small steps that you can implement. I see you thinking more long term and not just thinking about the short term. I see you really making short-term goals for the long term, because you are thinking about patience and consistency. You're thinking about patience and consistency moving together as one, so that maybe you won't be exactly where you want to be 6 months from now, but you will be beyond where you thought you could be 2 years from now. That is what I see here. That is what I see with your abundance as well. I actually see like every month just a little bit more abundance, a little bit more abundance. And it might be like a tiny bit more of a pay packet. It might be a little bit more coming in. But before you know it, like it's going to be that kind of thing where like when your hair grows and you see it growing every day. So you're like, okay, yeah, like it kind of feels like it's the same length. But then you see someone you haven't seen in a while and they're like, oh my gosh, your hair is so long. That's what your abundance and your finances are going to be like. It's going to be like it's little bit by little bit. It's growing bit by bit by bit by bit. And you're almost like not noticing it. And then suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, this is so much more than I was getting before. This is incredible. This is amazing. That's what's happening there. And then we do have the Star and the Sun. Your energy is going to be lifting, and I really feel like the way that your energy is lifting, it's very intentional. You are bringing this energy in, and I actually see a lot of you like really practicing, really working this. You are actively having to pull yourself out of the darkness. You are actively having to center yourself within your light. This is getting really intense for 5 minutes in, but I can tell that this message has been waiting to come through for a while, and that's why it's like, it's just jumping out. You have to maintain your glow, maintain your light. I see maybe a lot of you sleeping well, eating well, taking vitamins, doing the things that are going to take care of yourself physiologically so that you can be in the best possible position to take care of yourself spiritually, to take care of yourself mentally, to take care of yourself internally. You are such a light to so many people. And I feel like for so long, you've kind of hidden yourself away. That was coming through in the last reading as well. So if you resonate with this reading, I recommend you go and listening to the last reading too. You have hidden yourself away. And I really feel like because you're so ready to kind of take on the world at this time, I really do see that you are going to be actively taking care of yourself so that when you go back out into the world, when you start to reconnect with the world, you are doing so from a place of preparedness and a place of confidence. You feel like, yes, I've taken care of everything that I can with myself today, so I can feel steady and calm and centered when I go about my life outside of my safe space. Because your safe space, your home, your room might be an amazing thing where you can center yourself, but you can't stay there. Everything in balance. You can't just stay locked away in your safe space. You are not going to grow there, and your light is not going to shine as bright as it possibly could. Your light was given to you so that you could share it, because it is a healing light. It is a medicinal light. There is purpose for your light, and it needs to be shared. And if you are in a place where you are feeling a fear of that, a fear of being perceived, if you're feeling a fear of sharing your light with other people because they may reject your light, they may not see your light, they may not appreciate your light. Anyone that doesn't see or appreciate your light, bye, first of all. Secondly, you have nothing to worry about. Your light is so bright and it's so obvious. It's so obvious. It's so obvious to everyone. And that's why so many people are gravitating towards you. I really feel like you might be in a situation right now where, because you've been so used to hiding yourself away, that you haven't been like responding to messages maybe as much as you should be. But people want to see you. People miss you and people want to see you. That's been coming through for a while. People miss you. People want to see you. Babe, what are you doing? I get this really urgent like energy coming from the kind of energies around you. Like they miss talking to you. They miss feeling your energy. I really feel from the download that you'll been through it. You'll been through it and then back again and then did it again. And like in not just like one hard situation, but a perpetual cycle that maybe you are having to break or that you have broken. But you're been through it. You're been through it. And the downloaded message is, there are not many who could have done what you did. Remember who the F you are. Remember what the F you can do. Not many. Not many can do what you do. And the incredible thing about you is that you actually inspire people to take the steps that you took. You inspire people to lean towards their higher self, lean towards their truth, lean towards their healing. That's what you do because you chose you. When push came down to shove, you chose yourself. It could have been a long time of abandoning yourself. At the end of the day, after all of it, you said, no, enough, I pick me. I pick me, and it doesn't matter if I have to lose every single person just so I can pick myself, but I'm going to pick myself this time. I'm going to pick myself, and I want to pick myself forever from this moment on. And People see that in you, and you are actually helping people do that. You are helping people pick themselves, pull themselves out of toxic situations, raise standards for themselves. That's what you're doing. But you're not doing it if you're hiding yourself away, healing your trauma. And like, don't get me wrong. You should be healing your trauma. And if that includes a little bit of a hermit mode, all power to you, babes. That is so necessary. But like I said, everything in balance. Everything in balance. We have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the 8 of Wands. There are too many people and too many things and too many opportunities that are coming towards you for you to be locking yourselves away like this. You just don't need to anymore. The time for you sitting around and feeling sorry for yourself, it's actually over. I'm sorry, I'm going to be really, really harsh with you, but it's over. You have spent the time that you've needed to spend, and don't let that become a practice. I know I'm actually being so harsh right now. I feel like when I fear that I'm getting really harsh with you, I actually realize through doing personal readings that it's actually your energy that I'm tapping into. Like maybe some of you are just kind of straight talking like that. And so I just kind of end up doing that. So I know this might be a bit confronting, and I know I get self-conscious that I'm being too confronting, but this is the energy that's coming through. So I'm not usually like this. But that time is over. That time is done. Don't let feeling sorry for yourself become a practice. The ways that you can start to attack this, because you know I'm about practical advice. You know I'm here to give you like helpful tips to actually implement a change if you want to see a change in your world, is recognize the behaviors that you do when you're just kind of alone and feeling sorry for yourself. Maybe there's a certain type of thing that you watch. Maybe there's a certain time of the day where you're kind of laying on the couch or you're sitting in bed or something like that. Whatever that behavior is, change it. Go for a walk. Throw on like an exercise dance video on YouTube because they're super fun. Even as one song, 3 minutes. Do 3 minutes of like a workout dance video from YouTube. Do something different. Break the cycle, break the pattern. Because even if you're not feeling sorry for yourself up here, your body doesn't know that. Your body still thinks that you're in like this hibernating survival mode, and you're letting it do that because you're still just acting as if that's the era of your life that you're in, but you're on to the next era, rebirth era, healing era. That's where you're going to now. So act like it. Do the things, and the momentum will build and the rest will come. Make it easy for yourself. Wake up early in the morning, get out of bed, make your bed, and then leave the room. If you're the kind of person that's going to be sleeping in all day because that was the practice that you got into when you were in your hermit stage, your healing stage, time to change that up, babe. Just change it up. I'm not saying that you have to make it hard for yourself. You can get up, make your bed, leave the room, go sit on a couch and just journal. But do something different. Do something different than you were doing before. It's time to let your mind and your body know that that era of your life, the sitting in the dark, in the hermit mode, in the recluse, in the processing trauma mode, so integral to your process, but it's done. It's over now. That is not to be your lifestyle. That is not becoming your way of life. That is just a part, a chapter that you have had to move through, and it can be really comfortable. And if you've been through something really, really hard, you might have needed a really long time to process it. And I'm not saying that once you're out of this era, once you're on to the next chapter, that you can't feel sad, that you can't heal your trauma. No, that's going to continue. You will still feel sad sometimes. You will still need to go back and do that healing work and that restorative work sometimes. But the bulk of it, babes, it's done, and the next part of your healing is to get back out there. Get back out there and share your light. Get back out there and rewrite the narrative of how being out in the world means to you. How people will receive you. How people will embrace you. It is time for you to find a new narrative about that. That is just as much a part of your healing journey as being alone and restoring. So much is coming towards you. Like I said before, so many messages were coming towards you. Actually insane how much is coming towards you. So you better be ready for it. It's time for you to get out of the house and start going out. I want you to find all the free things in your town, all the free things in your city, and start going. If you got no one to go with, perfect. You're going to go by yourself. You're going to put on a super cute podcast or audiobook or album or YouTube video or readings if you feel like it. Take me with you if you want to. Take me to an art gallery. Take me to a museum. Make a fun little list of things that you're going to do and spend some really intentional time being out in the world. When you feel safe to, you can smile at a stranger. And they might respond with nothing, and they might respond with a smile. I say that really carefully because I feel like you smile at the wrong person and they think it's an invitation to come and chat, and that might be fine, but sometimes they're creepy. Anyways, but we're gonna go out. You're going out, I'm going out, we're going out. That's what we're doing now. Now's the time. Now's the time. We have the Knight of Cups, we have the Death. Oh my gosh. Look at this imagery. I'm so sorry I hit the mic. Look at this imagery. Look at these horses. Look at the way that they are moving together. You are ending this cycle and moving into the next. This is all part of your emotional healing. It is time to put this darkness to bed. It is time to put your trauma to an end. It is time to let that not be your identity, not have that be at the forefront of what is going on with you. No longer are you someone who was a victim to narcissistic abuse or whatever that happens to be. I know that that's for a lot of people here, but no longer is that you. You are not just that. You are not just the victim to your circumstances. And I'm not saying that you aren't a victim, and I'm not saying but that wasn't real and that wasn't something very true that you had to go through, because I applaud you for going through it, but that's not what you're known for. That's just something that happened to you. That's something that happened to you, something that you healed from, and something that made you the person that you are. But you are a light. You are creative. You are strength personified. You are love personified. You are hilarious. You are so funny. You are so insightful. You're so open and authentic and vulnerable. And that is your identity. That is who you are. That is who you are. And that's who you always have been before any of this stuff came up, before any of this happened to you. Find yourself again, find your identity again, find who you are. It's time for you to go back out there and realize that what happened to you is not your identity. You are not what happened to you. You are the light that you always have been. And the things that happened to you, that hurt you, the people that betrayed you, they will become just another chapter. Just another chapter from like years ago when you're like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot that happened. You're going to have so much stuff going on in your world that you're going to literally forget that was a chapter in your life. But only if you're ready to accept that. Only if you want that. Only if you're ready for that. And you are ready. I'm telling you straight up, babes, you're ready. I'm telling you straight up, you are ready to become everything that you were meant to be. You're done being the person that they have made you. Do not let them control your identity like that. Don't let them have a part of your identity like that. You are who you are inherently, and you are who you are before they were ever in your world. Remember who the F you are. Come now. Come now. All right. We have the Queen of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords. You going out there, taking care of yourself is the next step of your healing. Is the next step of the process. If you want to get to the next stage of the healing, this is it. This is the part. You've done the thing where you have done the hibernation. You've done the hermit mode. You've done the inner work to help realign and reclaim the versions of yourself that were lost, that were betrayed, that were abandoned. You have done all of that work. And now it is time to take all those parts of yourself and bring them out into the world. Show these parts of yourself that you are not ashamed of them, that you are not afraid to let people see them. There are parts of yourself that you yourself betrayed, that you yourself abandoned for the benefit of other people, for what seemed at the time to be your safety. And at the time, I'm absolutely sure that that was the case for a lot of you, that it was safe for you to abandon yourself. But now that you have reclaimed and found yourself, it is time for you to share that part of yourself with the world. And until you do that, the healing will not be complete. You will not be able to move to the next stage, because even though you have reclaimed the parts of yourself that you have lost, the parts of yourself that you have abandoned, you haven't instilled in yourself the courage to take those parts of yourself and proudly show that. These parts of you want to be seen. These parts of you want to be heard. And for so long, they have been trapped. They have been abandoned. Reclaiming them and acknowledging them is just the first step. The next is bringing them out into the world, letting them exist within the world, because that's the place that they've been locked away from for so long. And it's scary. And yes, people could hurt you. And yes, people could reject you. But do you know what's different this time? This time you have a protector. This time you have you to protect yourself. Because you will never let yourself be abandoned again. You will never let anyone talk down to you again. You will never let anyone devalue you again. So you may be scared, because parts of you are afraid of rejection. Parts of you are afraid of someone trying to project an image of you on you that is false. You are afraid that you will be abandoned. You are afraid that you won't be loved, because in situations before you were abandoned. You weren't loved. But who abandoned you? Who showed you that you weren't worthy of love? It may have been other people, but it was you. You gave in. I know I'm being so harsh, but you gave in and you abandoned yourself. You believed that you weren't worthy of love. That's not the case anymore. You know the truth. You know the truth. You know that you're worthy of love. You know you will never abandon you. This is why you can go back out into the world now, because things are different. You have a protector, and that's you. You don't ever have to go back to that place. These parts of you never have to be abandoned again. You are safe and you are held by you. You will assert your boundaries. You will be strong in your convictions, and you know your worth. You know your value. And you will never let anyone abandon or devalue you again. And you will never do that to yourself. Other people might reject you. Other people might attempt to devalue you, but you know who you are. And you will never be able to be abandoned again, because you will never abandon yourself. You are safe now. You are protected now. That was really intense. We need to reset. Okay. That was I talk about channeling and getting readings here, and just sometimes I black out. I black out, and then I talk and I come back and I was like, okay. Let's actually grab a different deck and just get some different energies before we get into the oracles. Whew, that was a lot. Universe, please. Any more words or insights for the beautiful protector souls that have made their way to this reading? This has probably been my favorite reading that I've ever done. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Okay, thank you. We have 9 of coins, 2 of coins. The way that you are embracing yourself, the way that you are cherishing yourself, the way that these parts of yourself are bringing so much abundance to you. You got to realize that these parts of yourself that you have reclaimed, they are your power. They are your creativity. They are the parts of yourself that have made you the most special, the most unique, the most authentic. I know you might be in this fear of, are people going to reject you? But do you realize that these are the parts of yourself that are going to be the most embraced? When you go back out and you put yourself out there again, you will realize that being fully unified and going out there with these parts of yourself, you are going to receive more love than you could ever imagine. Because you are showing up so authentically, and people are so magnetized towards that. So if you're ever in fear, hold even closer to the most special parts of yourself, the fun parts of yourself, the creative parts of yourself, the loud, hilarious, sometimes crass, sometimes blunt, you know. These are the parts of yourself that maybe somewhere along the way you were taught to subdue. No. These are the things that make you shine. That make you shine so bright. They're going to bring the right people towards you. That are going to bring the people that align with you towards you. Let it happen. I want to see all of this magnetic energy come towards you, but it's only going to happen, babe, if you get out the house, start being around people again. And everything is practice, okay? Everything is practice. You do it just a little bit, that momentum will start to flow. It'll be like, it'll feel like a new life. It will feel like, then you will be so deep in it that one day you'll just be so busy seeing this person, seeing that person. You'll have a new circle of friends. You'll have all of these new people in your world that make you so happy. And then you'll think, oh my God, 1 year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, I never would have imagined myself in this place. I never would have imagined being so deeply embraced for who I am authentically. But here it is. And I am grateful. We'll look back on this moment and be grateful that you started. Universe, please, insights, information for this beautiful, beautiful golden collective that inspires me so much. We have, I am in divine flow and move in alignment, yin and yang, unity, balanced energy, manifestation. I've talked just then about being in balance here. It is so important. You have been in your shadow. You have been in your dark night of the soul. It doesn't last forever. It's time to step out into the light. We have the sun coming up in the reading again. And we have call your energy back to you. Power, aura, depletion. You are finding the parts of yourself that you have abandoned. You are bringing them back in and realizing that they have always held the power. The parts of yourself that you have abandoned have always been the most powerful. That is why there were parts of yourself that people wanted you to abandon. They wanted you to abandon your power. Not today, never again. Not today, never again. Not today, never again. I will never abandon my power. Not today, never again. Drop it in the comments below. Not today, never again. Nah, sorry, that must have been so loud. Okay, let's get one more oracle card. We might grab a music oracle card as well. Thank you so much for joining me in this reading. Oh my God. Sorry. That was a lot. That was a lot. Give me a sec. Okay, I'll take all of it. I want to take all of the cards. I've got like 5 oracle cards that want to come through. Apparently this reading is going to keep going. Excellent. Love it. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realm. You have so much support to go out into the world. I almost feel like your guides are telling you, go out into the world. So many people are waiting for you. So many people are waiting for you. Opportunities out there that they have put into place for you are waiting for you. But it's not just them. They can't just throw things at you like, babe, you need to leave. You need to leave the house to go get it. You need to go and do things. You need to go meet people so that all the things that they have perfectly put into alignment for you, that they have orchestrated for you, can come across your path. But nothing can come across your path, babe, if you're not leaving the house, if you're not going out and doing things. How is anything supposed to come across your path? You're not even moving forward. You're not even walking anywhere. Come now. Ugh. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty, devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. You will be finding a whole new circle. I'm not saying that your circle's going to change. You're going to abandon everyone here and then you're going to move on there. That might be the case for some of you. But I see a new group of people welcoming you. Like a long lost sibling. Like they will be like, where have you been? We have been waiting for you. That's what's going to happen right now. Answer the call. What is your soul telling you to do? Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Healing and rewriting the future. Answer the call, break the chain. It is time to go out and do what you were meant to do. It is time to live the purpose of your light. And that is to share it. It is medicinal light. It is healing light. And there is no way it was given to you so that you can sit at home by yourself, not sharing it with people. Get out there. Do your thing. Thank you so much for joining me in this reading, and I'll see you in the next one.